Welcome back to the official CABSAT podcast powered by Northtelecom. Joining me now is Heba Korayem, who is the content market and distribution specialist at H Consult. Welcome, Heba. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and a little bit about H Consult?
Well, I am, like I said, a content market and distribution specialist and also a partnership specialist, very specialized in one thing, which is content partnerships. And what I mean by content partnerships is specifically the commercialization of film and TV series in the Arab world. I'm very passionate about Arabic content. And specifically, again, entertainment content or documentaries or anything that really appears on the platforms like Shahid, like Netflix, like, all the big platforms and also the emerging ones. So today I am running the co-production salon at CABSAT, which is a feature and then it's an initiative that attracts the biggest production houses, Arabic and also international, and the biggest platforms that broadcast these amazing productions from the Arabic community and also some of the TV networks. And so the community is all here, and that's a very, very successful CABSAT 30th birthday. Happy birthday! Lots of exciting announcements will be coming soon.
Yeah, super excited to hear what's to come. So what is the driving force behind this increase in consumption of Arabic content, and how is it important to invest in this content?
Yeah, so it's there were many reports by the international community that measures consumption rates of content globally. And it's very interesting when 2 years ago, there was a report that said the demand for non-English content on a huge platform like Netflix increased by 20%. Now, this was driven at that time by, now the number now is much bigger, but it was driven at that time by, the Turkish and Korean content. But now that spilled over to the Arab world, and all of a sudden there's this big interest in the Arabic content industry partially because of how Saudi is influencing that on a very good way, but also Shahid also ramped up their standards, and that is a benefit to all the Arabic production community. And we see that with the producers, the demand for partnerships on the international scale is really increasing. We've been doing this at CABSAT for the past 3 years, the co-production salon, and it's always been a success. But we see the effect this year, the increase, and I published a figure from some studies that I've done. We've seen a 40% increase just from our activities of international engagement with our Arabic producers. And when I say Arabic producers, we're talking about the best, the biggest and the best, those that are driving forces of the Arabic entertainment, when I say drama series and film. So that's huge. We have more interest from places like the US, big studios, from Russia, from China, from Korea, to co-produce and to collaborate in Arabic entertainment.
Oh,
so it's amazing.
Wow, that's quite impressive.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can the Arabic production houses compete with the Turkish and the Korean content?
I think we had there's a short answer and there's a long answer, and I'm going to give you a medium answer. But we had a panel session about this yesterday, and we were lucky to have the drivers and the leaders of that particular, the topic. Within the panel session, we had the Saudi Broadcast Authority, Wael, who represents the content side and the strategy. And then we had also Manoj from Dubai Studios, and we had also Adel he's the VP of content in Z Network, and we had also Talal, one of the biggest producers in the Arab world. So we had lots of perspectives looking at this from different angles. And one of the most important things that I noticed is, I typed in ChatGPT, what's the amount of export of entertainment from the Turkish market? And it gave me a number. There was so many reports published about that. lots of studies done, and it's $500 million. That's the Turkish market. Similarly, Korean, I typed it in and get lots of information, lots of data, similar to $500 million, similar with Bollywood. But then when I typed in what's the size of export economy that we as an Arabic industry have for Arabic entertainment, whether it's film or series, there was no information at all. So we decided to take a poll from the audience. We happened to have one of also the veterans of the Arabic content industry with us. But that was a debate because there's no information, and that's exactly the core of the problem. There's no data. When there's no data, it's very difficult to attract investment money in Arabic entertainment. But the good news is that's changing. And it's changing right here in CABSAT. This is the driving force of the industry in general, because you've got the various elements coming together in this place, which I haven't seen anywhere before. There has never. I mean, content market is a content market. There's a focus on content, but we've never seen a place that really has everything from technology, which is required for audience measurement, to the various equipment and everything. But
we even satellite broadcasting.
Absolutely, and that's a very crucial part of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
So when you have something happening like this every single year, and it's important for the entire industry, and it is a driving force for a topic that's very important like that. Because yesterday we had two of the most powerful audience measurement companies here at CABSAT and at the co-production salon, which I'm hosting here, and on the panel session. So we had Parrot Analytics, one of the leaders of finding out, what shows are trending on Netflix and all the big platforms, but also coming here into the Arab world. And also we had the media rating company from Saudi Arabia, the first people metering project in Saudi. So we're finally able to know what are Saudis watching and what's the consumption rate and what is a good investment decision. So the real element that we're missing, that we've been missing for the past years, is finally coming together. Thanks to CABSAT for bringing this all together. And I think that's the first step towards really ramping up that investment in Arabic in entertainment, and also giving international investors that confidence that for data-backed investment decisions.
Okay. I guess this also ties in with my next question: is how can governments facilitate the rise of Arabic content, and should they?
Look, I'm going to be brutally honest. The governments have done a lot, and there is always initiatives, like, for example, Abu Dhabi Film Commission. They're providing rebates. Similarly, in Saudi Arabia, there are different funds and different initiatives to encourage. I think there's always more to be done, but we can't expect too much, because obviously governments, there's always a limit, and everything that's, we can't say, the government is not doing enough, because they are, and we can't put everything on governments. I think also the community should also show the governments that they're worthy of, that they have something to show, that there are success stories that the governments can actually stand behind and say, okay, this is good for the economy. We should all do this. So my short answer is the governments are doing enough. And I think independent initiatives are also very important, because if we are a very fragmented market. If you look at Egypt alone, they have their own priorities as a government. Saudi Arabia has their own priorities. The UAE has their own priorities. And that's perfectly fine. But it's only until these independent initiatives that bring all these priorities in one pot, then, that's really when the Arabic entertainment, it becomes Arabic, not just
Egyptian or Gulf or Syrian or Lebanese.
Yes, and it helps on the international scale to just look at it as Arabic, and then that's good on the broader scale. And then once you identify that there is actually an Arabic market, then you start looking at where, so it comes in as a benefit to everyone involved.
Yeah. I guess also this also ties into the next question: is do you see a trend of Arabic content distribution expanding beyond our region? So I guess if we consolidate into an Arabic content, mechanism, then we could probably have better chance with it.
Yeah, I mean, look at مسلسل الحشاشين, for example. It's the biggest investment in Arabic entertainment that ever happened. It's a multi-million-dollar investment. Never happened before. It's great. It's on Yango Play and on Watch It in Egypt.
Right.
It's a historical drama series. Typically, historical drama series are usually done in classical Arabic, Fusha.
Yeah.
And but obviously the Egyptian, Egypt is amazing in concentration, but they decided to make this one in also the Egyptian dialect. Now, does that matter? Well, if I'm somebody in Spain interested in the assassins, I don't really understand what kind of Arabic this is. So, and it's usually going to be either dubbed or subtitled for international consumption.
Of course.
Now, so when I say Arabic, it's like it's very easy to get caught up in, we have the narrative, and everybody agrees that the Arabs have the narrative. All you have to do is look at the international stories that are classics, like Aladdin, like Ali Baba, like Sindbad, like these are all Iraqi stories, Egyptian, like Khaliji stories. But somehow, so we have amazing storytelling. That's our culture.
Yeah.
But we're not able to market this properly. We're not able to capitalize and to commercialize, the most important part of it.
Yeah.
Because we're so busy looking at, okay, no, this is Egyptian, this is Khaliji, this is Iraqi, but nobody really cares on the outside.
Yeah.
When you look at it from a commercial
story,
they want to go story and
production,
Exactly, and we've got that.
Yeah.
We've got that, but we're just too busy looking at the small details that we're actually missing where the big investment money is and where the big picture and exporting that culture. Everybody wants to know. We're just like so busy fighting not fighting, but like
well, there's a little pettiness, but let's all agree on that.
It's lovely. I mean, it's part of the culture as well. It's part of what makes us what we are. Yeah. So
all right. Thank you so much, Heba, for joining us and taking the time out of your
thank you for having me.
Schedule. This is definitely a topic that we will have to keep an eye on, especially with the whole measurement. First time
that is so exciting.
Arabic content.
Yes,
this like the
next level. Absolutely, yeah. It's the and the good thing is it's happening here. So I would be very interested to next year be here and see the effect of that.
Yeah.
Measure the size of investments that happened as a result of having that measurement in place and having it on an international scale. So thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for being here and wish you a great show.